Alright, it is time for my life in 2012. 2012 to this day may be the biggest year of my life, honestly. So many things happened that year. My life changed so much. Alright, so starting off the year, I was still into like Super Mario 3D Land on a 3DS. Um, like I said, that winter break wasn't really going well. Yeah. So we went back to school 2012, yep. Um, so we went into that and all that. Um, so on a typical weekend, I would go to Todd's house, a lot of times with Patrick, and we would do the usual, play games, watch YouTube, and stuff. And in the meantime, me and Patrick's channel, Selena 1967-1, was going pretty well. February, let's see. So there was Todd's birthday, and then more stuff happened. Alright, so late February, I got into the Pokemon theme song because I wanted to see what like Smosh's first video was, and I saw that even though it was deleted, of course, it was already gone by that year. It was their Pokemon theme song, which got me into that song. And then into March, I started getting into a whole bunch of other songs, like Bing Bang from Lazy Town, Scatman, I'm Blue. I just started getting into a whole bunch of other songs. And this is the next step in me actually getting into music in general. March. So, Patrick went to Detroit. He has a lot of family that lives down there, and they would go there every once in a while. And this was another time he went down to Detroit. So, and I guess Todd was busy too. So there's this one weekend where I didn't really have any friends to hang out with. So, Corey Boo, we during sixth grade we became bus friends. It wasn't until March 11th, 2012, on a Sunday, I was just walking outside, kind of depressed, and all of a sudden Corey shows up on his bike, and I was like, "What, Corey?" And we started, and he came over, and we started like playing with this toy, like the grill or something, the killer grill, and we were talking about video games, like usual and stuff, and thus me and Corey's friendship began. I consider that the first day of our friendship. Lord, thank you so much for me and Corey's friendship. Another lifelong friendship that doesn't exactly stand strong today, because I hardly ever see him, but we're definitely friends for life. So yeah, another wonderful, awesome friendship started with Corey, March 11th, 2012. So, from that point on, like every weekend, it would pretty much be Corey. Like we went to GameStop and we would go to stores, and Corey was always there. And then, Corey would even come over during like the weekday. And so yeah, I remember only like a couple weeks into our friendship, I was actually starting to get kind of annoyed of him because he came over so much. But nonetheless, we had awesome times together. Corey's so silly. Like, I had like another new silly friend like Patrick. Of course, I love Todd too, but Todd's like pretty chill. Corey's silly like Patrick, just in a different way. So yeah, and then, yeah, and then spring break came. We had an awesome spring break. Me, Todd, and Patrick and Corey. So now there were four of us, and there was a day that like we went to the zoo, and then we got a trampoline, and we jumped on that thing all the time. Yeah, those are the main highlights. And then, let's see, what else? But yeah, things were going awesome. In May, I got Colors 3D on my 3DS, and that became a pretty big part of my life for the next few years. I used to look on the gallery I used to just spend hours on the gallery just commenting, and like, it was a great little community. And I remember literally like every 3 pictures was like something Brony related, like My Little Pony related. Yeah, I never actually really paid attention to that, which is interesting. In 2012, the Brony fandom was like, those were like the heydays of the Brony fandom. Um, in the meantime, everyone in the friendship group was starting to get into. Everyone was starting to get into Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on the PS2. Kind of random, but that definitely was a phase. I never played it. I always just like watched everyone else play it, which was interesting. But yeah. Oh yeah, on February 1st, I finally got Mario Kart 7. And I played that a lot. So yeah. And then Corey had his own YouTube channel, which is still up to this day. Literally, we have videos from that first day of our friendship. The Killer Grill, Mr. White Chocolate 161, which I think he changed it to Boo Gamer. But yeah, like to this day, all those videos are still standing, which I'm so thankful for. So yeah. And then, I had a new friendship start. May 19th, 2012, another kid named Jake came over and spent a couple nights, and it went really well. The reason our friendship never took off is because he was always so busy. And it was really because of his parents. His parents constantly made him do stuff like wrestling or sports, and it's a shame. But we never got to really be friends because of his parents. So yeah. But anyway, so that was a new friendship that started. So I now had like 4 major friendships. Now, going into the summer, June 4th, 2012 was the last day of 6th grade. I remember this was the first school year that I was like, wow, that kind of went by fast. And, well, so the summer, for some reason, my mom decided, hey, you have friends over too much. You only get 1 friend over a week. Yeah, I don't know why she did that. But so for like the whole first couple months of the summer, like June and July, it was a very introverted summer. It was pretty much just me. It would be like me on my 3DS. So, and there were only a few nights, like there were only like 5 nights total in those first couple months that friends even came over or spent the night. So this was my first like introverted summer since like before me and Patrick became friends. Because of course, like I said, summer 2010 and summer 2011 were like, I mean, Patrick we pretty much lived together. So this year I was pretty much alone most of the summer. Now, at the end of the summer, so I pretty much just spent most of my time on Colors 3D. It wasn't until, and then on my 13th birthday, June 24th, 2012, I created this YouTube channel, Nintendo Rocket at the time. Yep, that's when I created this channel, my 13th birthday. And another big thing that I was not aware of would change my life. Corey turned on my radio. It sounds like nothing, right? But I had never really, like I said, I was starting to get into music, like on YouTube, like a lot of popular meme songs and stuff. But I had never really been into pop music, you know, like what was playing on radio. I had this radio in my room which I never used. And one day on my birthday, Corey turned it on. And that simple act changed my whole life. Like, cuz I was like, I realized that I liked pretty much all the songs on there, and I started getting into music. I started following the music charts, and that really revolutionized my life. That's what really got me into music, was that summer. Um, see, some of my favorite songs were Lights, Settle Down, Drive By, Wild Ones, Call Me Maybe. Oh my gosh, so many awesome songs. And I was officially now like really into music. And music charts, specifically Billboard, Hot 100. So yeah, that's how I entered my teenagehood. So a typical night of that summer would be me like laying in bed on Colors 3D with the radio playing in the background. That old lava lamp I used to have. Oh man, such peaceful times. So let's see. And that's pretty much how the summer was for the most part. And you know, I still watched YouTube. Like every once in a while I would get dad's iPod and watch YouTube, but it was pretty much I pretty much spent most of my time on my 3DS. Um it wasn't until late July, early August that Corey started coming over. He was grounded for like a month, I think, or something. He used to get grounded ridiculously a lot, like for a long time too. And the month of August I consider a separate era, the Corey summer, because that month was filled with Corey coming over all the time. And that is the month, August 2012, that me and Corey's friendship really like took off. We got really into Donkey Kong 64, and we played that a lot, and we were both into Settle Down, that one song, and like Gorillaz, and yeah, that was awesome. And you know, we had a lot of fun together. That's the month that me and Corey's friendship really blossomed. So July 30th, or was that the night? I think it was specifically July 29th, but anyways, so Patrick was supposed to spend the night. And then he decided not to and got driven back home. This was a common theme in our friendship. He would, especially the past 2010, 2011, he would do that all the time. He would decide he didn't want to spend the night, and then he would get picked up and get driven back home. And I hated that. I was so immature. I would get so mad at him. And this night, I decided to end our friendship. Like, I'm not even joking. Just because he wanted to go home, I ended our friendship, and it was actually effective. This was known as the the Great Friendship Depression. For over a whole month, that last part of the summer, me and Patrick were officially not friends anymore. And that's another part where my focus got turned to Corey, and me and Corey's friendship really blossomed during that time. And then there was like a couple nights with Todd. So I guess the last month of summer was really the best, August. Those days were really fun. But yeah. So after the summer ended, that's the first year that I decided to start like naming the summers. That's when I decided to call that one the failed summer, because you know, at that time the summer was really failed. Me and Patrick weren't friends anymore. I barely even spent that much time with friends at all. You know, to me that was a failure. It wasn't until later, you know, just a couple years ago, looking back, that I realized that summer really was great in its own way. You know, that an introverted summer can be just as good as an extroverted summer, you know? It was really peaceful and had a cool vibe. It was good in its own way. So I changed it to the Corey summer, because I think it deserves to be recognized as the summer that me and Corey's friendship really took off. So yeah. Um. Anyways, September 4th, the first day of 7th grade. So that first weekend of the school year on September 7th. So at school, I remember Patrick. So Patrick actually got held back. So he was in 6th grade again. I remember me and Patrick at recess. I like hesitantly talked to him. And, well, it's pretty much we were like, well, there shouldn't even be any drama. And our friendship was restored. And that weekend, Patrick came back over for the first time since our friendship ended. So our friendship was back together. Now, there was another big thing about this weekend. September 7th, 2012. Patrick let me try this game on his iPod Touch called Minecraft. And, well, needless to say, I got into Minecraft. That was the first day ever I played it. Like, I heard about it before, like I'd see it on YouTube sometimes, but I never paid attention to it. But this was the first day that I ever played it, and I became obsessed with it. Like, it was so cool. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone, when the first time they played Minecraft, got obsessed with it, because it's such an interesting concept. But anyway, so yep, I got into Minecraft, and yeah. So Patrick got me into Minecraft. Now, what's really interesting is that apparently over the last month that me and Patrick weren't friends anymore, he spent a lot of time over at Todd's, and they discovered Minecraft. So in other words, they got into Minecraft like a whole month before me and Corey discovered it because of them. And then Patrick got an Xbox 360 for his 12th birthday. So, but yeah, it's interesting. So then we all got like really into Minecraft. Now, my issue was, back in August, Dad got a new iPod Touch 4th gen, so he gave me his old iPod Touch 2nd gen. Now, what's interesting is I wasn't able to get Minecraft on that, but Dad found a cheap spin-off, a Minecraft clone called Eden World Builder. I estimate the day he downloaded it was September 12th, but yeah. So Dad got me Eden World Builder once again. Another game that just changed my life. So I spent, to this day, I'm pretty sure Eden is my most played video game ever. I've estimated that in total, I probably have like 1,500 hours of playtime on Eden throughout my whole life. Because, I didn't really have access to Minecraft, but I did have access to Eden, this Minecraft clone for iOS. And the awesome thing about it was that it had this feature where you could see the latest worlds that were uploaded. I mean, in real time. Like, you could refresh it and see the new worlds that got uploaded and just download them. And then you could upload your own. Which, to this day, Minecraft doesn't have. It's such a simple feature, like an online world sharing thing. But that little detail made Eden so awesome. And, like, I had beautiful music and, oh, those were such awesome times. So, got really into Eden. Me and Corey specifically. Corey got really into it too, because I'm pretty sure Corey's phone or whatever he had wasn't able to play Minecraft either. So me and Corey were huge into Eden World Builder. I mean, we would edit each other's worlds, and we had like a world that we shared and stuff. It was awesome. And I remember like on the morning bus, I'd watch him build, and it was awesome. So I'd played Eden all the time. That's like pretty much all I did with my free time. And But yeah, then Gangnam Style happened, and like it must have been around the middle of the month. I got into Gangnam Style just like everyone else did. I got into it earlier. I remember I got into it before it really took off. But yeah, so Gangnam Style became huge. Um, my little sister was starting school now. My little one, JoJo, she was in preschool now. Um, so let's see, Eden. And then, so in October, so 6th grade, of course, as I went through, 6th grade was amazing. To this day, it was probably my best school year ever. Like, new friendships started. Me and Patrick's friendship was strong. We started making YouTube videos, so many memories. It was just an awesome year. 7th grade, however, was the complete opposite. 7th grade was sucking. Like, I was depressed and it wasn't really fun. And kids were kind of getting meaner. So, in October, I started really getting depression. Like, it started getting really bad to the point where I would just start crying for no reason. And I was actually getting suicidal. And thank you, Lord, so much for saving my life through this program. I went to a therapist. So my therapist decided that I needed to go to a mental hospital. And so I think it must have been November 8th. Like right around the time that Obama got reelected. I was officially admitted part-time, which means that I went there during the day, but I didn't actually spend the night there. So yeah, and the crazy thing is I was only there for 4 days, and that's all it took for the Lord to save my life with all the help I got. So I did it for 4 days, and by the time I was done with those 4 days, they helped me get my life back on track and helped me to how to deal with my depression and stuff. And that's what started what I call the reform life era. And I started going on the rise mentally in November and December. So, yay. So in the meantime, last couple months of the year, played Eden all the time. I made some YouTube videos every once in a while, and I wasn't nearly as committed as I wish I was. I remember I was always, because I had OCD, I would always be disappointed with how I wasn't making as much videos as I wanted. Of course, now with my YouTube channel almost 500 subscribers, I'd say this channel's a success. So, yeah. And then December, our grandma Mississippi came up, and she was there for most of the month. I remember that's the first year I got into the songs Last Christmas and All I Want for Christmas Is You. Mostly Last Christmas. I was like really into music and stuff. So that was going on. Played Eden all the time. And I got into Temple Run. This was the month that I randomly got like really into Temple Run too. And then that Christmas, I got 3DS XL. Yay! And I got Ocarina of Time 3D with it, which is when I made like a 5-part playthrough before I stopped. Oh my gosh, throughout our whole friendships, we always would start like walkthroughs, but we would only get like 3 parts in. But yeah. So yep, there you have it, guys. That was my life in 2012. It was a monumental year for me. Like, me and Corey's friendship started. That was like the main thing, but also that's the year that I got into music in Eden and / Minecraft. So I mean, it was a big year for me. But yep, stay tuned for my life in 2013.